Hey guys, we made it. This is part 3 of how to do a body transformation. In part 1, I told you the mistakes that are going to sabotage your gains. In part 2, I told you how to do a bulk and a cut. And now we get to the secret sauce. I am going to tell you what fitness models, what Hollywood celebrities do in the week before their photo shoots to look superhuman. Here's a disclaimer though. None of this is healthy or sustainable. As you're going to find out, I pretty much put my body through a kind of hell to look great for a photo shoot. I did it because it was for a professional product. I wanted to look my leanest and I pulled it off. The body's an amazing thing. It'll do whatever you command it to do. But I do not look like this year round. I do not live like this year round. And I don't think you should either. Now let's get to it. Okay, so you've avoided the mistakes I told you about in part 1. You've done a bulk and a cut. Now you're about a week out from shooting. What do? You start eating more protein and you start dramatically cutting your carbs. I used a meal prep service called TDX Meals. Not sponsored, but that's what I used. And as you can see here from the label, I knew exactly my macros for every meal. I knew how many calories I was taking in. And it is critical that you are that specific at this point of the journey. There's really no margin of error. Now, why are we consuming so much protein and getting rid of carbs? The reason we're doing that is because we're squeezing glycogen out of the muscle. That is going to be very important when we get to about a day before the shoot.
So right now I got some bang going through my system. I got some creatine pills kicking in. It's going to get me going. Right now we're doing glycogen depletion workouts. So high intensity interval training, pretty rapid fire, minimal recovery. We're just trying to squeeze the glycogen out. And then we're going to refill that tank right before the shoot to try and get the muscles popping.
But here you can see some of the meals that I was eating, and man, I gotta tell you, it was pretty tough. I was missing carbs. I was salivating for carbs, but that was how I knew it was working.
So here's how the food intake is looking. Here's an example of a high protein, very low carb meal that I'm filling up on. But yeah, let's keep grinding. Just digging deep and remembering that why, which is trying to just make one person out there watching this who's feeling bummed right now, a little bit more inspired, thinking, hey man, I'm just gonna keep on grinding. Yeah, whoever is watching that right now, I have been you drawing inspiration from some weird place on the internet. So I hope I'm getting through to you out there. All right, let's do this.
Now, some people get really extreme and they cut vegetables. I think that's a little much. I was still eating broccoli. I mean, my God. I don't think a little fibrous vegetable matter is gonna be bad for you, but if you wanna go extreme, cut anything that has carbohydrates in it. Now, the main thing when you're in that last week is you have lost all perspective at this point.
I'll tell you what, I am fucking done with this diet. Seriously fucking done.
You know, the people who have the strongest body dysmorphia are always like the most ripped, in shape people, and they just lose their minds because probably they're not tracking their progress enough with pictures. You gotta do a weekly picture. That way you're gonna know where you stand. You can't trust your emotions when you just look in the mirror. You know, this body dysmorphia thing is real. It can play tricks on you. It's not good for your mental health. And it's important to stick to your goal, be realistic, and use photo and video to document your progress. Very important. Helps you keep your sanity. So at this point, I'm manipulating my diet. With about 4 days to go, I start manipulating my water intake. And this is where it gets pretty crazy. I was drinking 3 gallons of water per day. If you don't believe me, I got the receipts to prove it. Check it out.
I'm here to talk about the fact that it was my first day with, 3 gallons of water. But I just woke up and, I mean, hopefully we can see a little bit of difference here. Starting to come on a bit. This is flattering lighting, remember that's everything, but I do feel like we're getting a little bit more defined in there. It's just popping a little bit more. I don't want to keep doing this disclaimer. I mean, it just feels so vain to be showing you this, but it's not about that. It's really, we're trying to get some definition here. We're trying to have a photo shoot that gonna inspire people and show some real progress from beginning to end. And you know, this is kind of what it comes down to. These are the visuals that people are gonna respond to. So there you go, making some progress.
So what I'm doing here is I am flushing my system. I am just actually getting out any excess water that would give me a bloated look, stripping it from my system. And this takes a toll on the body. Probably shouldn't do this if you have any kind of medical conditions or blood pressure issues. For goodness sake, talk to a doctor, not some fitness influencer guy on YouTube. I can't be trusted. Listen to a medical professional. But you know what it does is it reduces bloat, it reduces the water. You're basically training your system to start flushing fluid out. And then we're gonna flip the script with a day to go. We are going to dramatically cut our water intake. Now our body is still gonna be flushing it all out, but there ain't any water coming in. And that is how fitness models and movie stars get that incredibly toned look, almost like their skin is shrink wrapped around their muscles. That's how they do it. Some people will use diuretics as well. I took a more natural approach. I just used the 3 gallon of water a day flush and then cut my fluids in the last 24 hours. It certainly works a treat. With the right medical advice, you can use diuretics. I know a lot of fitness models who will do that. So we're under 24 hours out. I've filled up, it's about 700 mils of water. This is probably how much I'm gonna try and drink up until the shoot. I'm just gonna sip it, put it in my mouth, swill it around, cutting water. This is one of the techniques. So we're gonna give that a go, combined with upping the carbs, and we'll see what happens. All right, now here's the important part. In addition to cutting back on my water, I am now boosting my carbs through the roof. I am just having an onslaught of carbs, and I gotta tell you, it feels amazing. This is probably the most fun part of the process. You remember in part 1 when I told you about the mistake I made by staying depleted of carbs right till the end, and then how I went out and had a whole pizza and drank 8 beers and woke up looking super massive the next day? Well, I learned from my mistake. You get some carbs in, you suddenly are flooding the muscle with glycogen, and guess what? They go awesome. Great little trick. Fitness models use it. Hollywood stars use it. Now you can use it too. Sugar and carbs are your friend at the end. Now it gets pretty hard at this point, so you've got to cling to your reason why. Why the hell are you doing this? For me, I know I had a photo shoot coming up. I know that I was gonna hopefully inspire people with a body transformation program. And the other thing was I was vlogging it on OnlyFans. And I wasn't doing it to show off. I was doing it to keep myself accountable. I felt like I had to deliver. I had to deliver on this journey to everyone who was supporting me, encouraging me. You don't have to have an OnlyFans or a subscription site, but what you probably do need is one person that's keeping you accountable. One person you're sharing the journey with. Maybe it's a friend, maybe you're setting your daily calories. Maybe you give them a report at the end of the day. Hey man, I drank my 3 gallons of water. You need someone in your corner. You need someone you're accountable to, and you need someone that you're sharing the journey with, because I gotta tell you, you do not want to be doing this all alone. It is super tough. So here's the vlog of where I was a day before the shoot. Check it out.
Hi. So this is probably gonna be my last video before my photo shoot tomorrow. It's good to get to the end of the road. Not much water today, just got the last workout in. Literally just finished. I'm lying here in my last dying effort of sending out an OnlyFans video. That's how I want to be remembered when I go. No, it's okay, I'm gonna make it through the night. Just want to say thank you to everyone who supported this journey. It's been awesome. Yeah, partly I was doing it for myself, to prove I could be in hopefully the best shape I've ever been in on my birthday, but I also want to do it for you guys, show that anything's possible, just takes a bit of hard work, perseverance, and a good game plan. So I hope you've enjoyed the journey. I'm looking forward to showing you the destination, the photo shoot tomorrow, how they all turn out, and I'll be sharing stuff very soon.
All right, now it is the day of the shoot. I am getting ready. Check out what I did at this point. In terms of what I'm gonna eat before the shoot, I just had 3 rice cakes and I'm drinking a quad shot of black coffee, just gonna limit the fluids. I'm blessed to have a 11 a.m. start instead of like an 11 p.m. start, so I don't need to really starve myself or dehydrate, much during the day. Just obviously going to sleep dehydrates you because you're not getting any fluids in for about 10 hours. So feeling pretty good here, fellas. All right, guys, so that's how I did it. I was super happy with the results. And yeah, all these secret little tricks that I did work, but it's no way to live. It was far too extreme. Immediately I started having more calories after, and of course I put on weight after, because this is a little bit like yo-yo dieting. Anytime you deprive your body, you're gonna snap back the other direction. So now I have found a more sustainable way to keep my calories lower, and that is by eating plant-based. I still love a steak. Every couple weeks I am a flexitarian, but I'm primarily eating whole foods, plant-based foods, and I feel so much better. More fruits, more vegetables, tofu, tempeh, feel amazing. I get all of my protein from beans. It's awesome. But yeah, guys, that was a hell of a journey, and I don't recommend it unless, you know, you're doing it for a professional reason. And I wanted to talk about this because I am trying to create wellness content that makes people feel good. I don't want you to ever look at my pictures and compare yourself and feel bad, because the truth is the body will do whatever you tell it to do. I can put on weight or lose weight depending on my diet, depending on my hydration levels, depending on a whole bunch of factors. The body will do what you command it to do. So just remember that. You can look however you want to look, but the most important thing is, why are you doing it? Do you have a strong reason why? Is this sustainable, and is this healthy? I think you'll pretty much be fine if you're peaking for a photo shoot or an event, but you don't want to live the way that I've been living, you know, while I was making this vlog year round. Trust me, it's no way to live. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this series, please like, please subscribe. I'll do more just like this in the future. Peel back the curtain, show you how I really do perform better. If you got value out of this, please send it to someone you love. Guys, I love you. I appreciate having you here, and I will see you for the next one real soon. Take it easy. Bye for now. Whoosh.